taxation is a bit complicated, and the only way to demystify it and make it as easy to understand and to comply with is through engagement. Is there a limit to the number of cars a returning citizen is bringing into Uganda? Who has paid the excise duty on this water is not the supermarket which has sold you this bottle at 1,000. It's not the business. It is the man who is going to drink this water. We strongly believe that it will only be through such constructive engagement that we'll be able to broaden our tax base and build our country together.
Buza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790 141 887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Mus, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
The government's commanded is to maintain law and order, safeguard citizens' rights, and provide essential public services.
Remember, one of the pillars of a roadmap is innovation and entrepreneurship.
There has been this question of how are you protecting our indigenous seed?
It's going to be a tall project. That answers somebody's question.
The Front Bench has brought you insightful discussions on governance, security, healthcare, justice, and commerce.
Why do you go through this complicated procedure, involve the lawyers? You bring the case against him, the judge will hear you out and pass judgment, and you're out of court in record.
Committed to keeping you informed and engaged on key national matters.
So these are huge, these are powerful organizations which now Uganda chairs. Why don't you come together?
If we haven't migrated to the e-card because of various reasons, including that not all the people of Uganda have phones.
You can sit in your house, apply for a passport. If you have a Ugandan who has a successful logistics firm in the US, it means he can come to Uganda and do a lot more.
Every Monday at 8:30 p.m. with me, Jethro Kasaiji, your interface with the government only on your public broadcaster, UBC, Inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
We're in the month of September, and this is the Sickle Cell Awareness Month. So for many families who are having sicklers, for many of you who are carriers just like me, of course you know what it means that every time you're on guard. Why? If you've not yet chosen a partner, that is one thing you must ensure you carry out that test. Though many of us underlook it, or many of us don't even want to talk about it, telling someone that you're a sickle cell carrier, so before you make things serious, let's just go and have this test. Someone will run away from you and say, well, I don't want to have anything in connection with that. But that test saves so much. It saves so much that chances of sicklers are something you avoid. Take it easy when someone says you're a carrier, I'm a carrier, so we can't start a family. Take it easy, take it in good faith. Some of us ambassadors, yes, you are once dropped, but she that was meant for you later on came into your life. Now, because of Sickle Cell Awareness Month, I have one of the people that over time I've come to appreciate his efforts in saving lives and advocating for sicklers in this country, letting the world know that there is nothing wrong. It is genetic, yes, but we shouldn't condemn such people. It's not witchcraft, it's not a curse, but it's a genetic issue. Now, join me welcome Daniel Ray Odru, who happens to be the Executive Director, Catherine Filio, Sickle Cell Support Initiative. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being at UBC once again, especially on this unique month of sickle cell awareness, that is September. Globally, people are running around trying to raise awareness of this disease that is the #1 blood disorder in the world, and probably even in Uganda here. Sickle cell is a genetic disorder that is inherited. Once you have two carriers coming together in union to have children, then they later on produce what you have been terming as sicklers, but we prefer to call them warriors due to the different episodes of pain that they do go through. So we term them as warriors. If we call them sicklers, it's more or less like it erases lots of stigma. Okay, remember when we had, at the initial start of HIV, slimu, because it would make you slim and so on. So people would tend to stigmatize you. So we have gotten some nickname or some code name that we now call it, we call them warriors.
And I love that.
Yes.
Because personally I come from a family that I'm not shy to speak about.
Yes.
Dominated with sickle cells. I've had aunties with sickle cells. I lost a number of my father's brothers. I don't know even the number that were dying because of sickle cells. We've lived, we have had these children, and it's not easy. And when now we call them warriors, I feel that is more encouraging to these young ones. But also we must accept there's so much myth surrounding sickle cells.
Yes.
Remember when someone told a friend, don't get married to that man. They have a disease that kills them when they're still young.
Wow.
So your daughter will not have joy. Their family, they die when they are young. I think maybe one of their great-grandparents did something wrong.
Yes.
So let's begin by demystifying, because these pain, they hurt.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let us debunk or demystify some of those myths. I will start with a story which is actually true. We visited a family some 2 years ago in Aleptong district. We had initially heard that the lady would give birth to children. Wherever they would reach some age of 5, 7, 6, 8 there, her children would die. And she lost 6 children. She was excommunicated from her home. She went and got another man somewhere. She has now 2 children as I talk. And so was the man. So when we heard of this, we swung into action, and we carried out a test on the lady. We also carried out a test on the gentleman. We got that they were all carriers. They had that traits of sickle cell. And it took us time to convince these 2 families that this was the cause of the death of the 6 children. They were referring to witchcraft, that this lady probably brought some bad omen from her family to this family. We had to make sure that we involved in the clan members, the community, the religious leaders. We brought them for a discussion to demystify some of this myth. Some of them probably think that also sickle cell is sexually transmitted. It is not sexually transmitted. Like we said at the opening of this show, that it is a genetical blood disorder that is inherited. In order for you to give birth to a sickle cell warrior, that means that you need to be having the trait, hemoglobin SS, for you to hemoglobin AS. Now, there are lots of scientific explanation that leads us into this, but for purposes of somebody who is outside there watching this show, I'll just say that if you are a carrier, okay, and then you have, if your husband is a carrier and your wife is a carrier, chances are high that some children will be normal. Chances are high that some children will be, others will even be carriers, then others will probably even be warriors. Then, if you now chance to marry, both of you are probably SS. SS means that you are all sicklers, as you termed it, or you're all warriors. Now, that means that the person whom you will even produce will also be a carrier, a total carrier. So that's why we have been running different campaigns together with the Ministry of Health as well, for you to know your sickle cell status before you get married. We have even gone as far as schools to remodify this and say, before you get sexually active. In secondary schools, there are those who are probably sexually active. Campus or institutions, there are those who are sexually active. Before you know it, they have gotten into relationships and boom, there is a baby. So we have taken this awareness campaign in different schools, in churches, religious leaders. We have been into talks with religious leaders, trying to enable them to buy in the idea that before you unite somebody in holy matrimony or in any traditional marriage, please let them do a sickling test. Just like you request for HIV test, hepatitis B, let us also include sickle cell test. I'm very happy that now the Ministry of Health has embarked on newborn screening. Yes, and this newborn screening is trying to enhance on proper care and management. Because the moment you diagnose that probably somebody is a warrior or even a carrier, it is very easy for you to start managing it quite early. To in the long run, it helps to properly administer care and also reduce on the possible signs and symptoms when it is still early enough. And also, the government has also, I don't speak for the Ministry of Health, but these are things we see because we closely work together. There are about 10 regional centers of excellence across the country. If you visited all the regional referral hospitals, at least there is a newborn screening program in those places, and samples are picked, dry box, and then it is sent to the Central Public Health Laboratory, where confirmatory tests are done, and then results are sent back to the different centers of excellence. Besides having that, there could be some challenges in how these results are taken back and so on, but this is trying to improve on better care and management of probably babies that have gotten or confirmed to be having sickle cell disease within them.
Now, that said, how big is the problem for Uganda? Maybe per 1,000 births, how are we standing?
Fine. The last research which we rely on was probably done across 2015-16 by quite a team of remarkable people in this country. Dr. Professor Grace Ndezi and her group or cohort, Cincinnati Children's Hospital, the Ministry of Health. By that time, in Uganda, we have been giving birth to close to 25 to 30,000 babies born with this disease in the country. And out of that, from that research, 80% of these babies were not making it past their 5th birthday. And that has been quite a challenge, but since that time up to now, statistics could have probably changed due to a number of interventions that CSOs and the government and other development partners have been embarked on. I believe things have changed because right now we even have a 62-year-old sickle cell warrior in Uganda, and others are probably still there. We have some in Lira, some that are 57 and stuff like that. So lots of things are changing gradually. But it is also very unfortunate to note that This 80% that do pass on, we are now left with closely 20%, and that means like about 5,000 babies. They also still struggle to access better care and probably management services across the country. Very many caregivers do lack the basics of how to manage a sickle cell warrior in their homes. Then there is a lot of stigma, still they are probably stigmatized. Access to medicine like the life changer, that is hydroxyurea, across the country, it is still a challenge. As I talk right now, there are lots of facilities which are probably facing stock out of this medicine, and yet our warriors do rely on this medicine. So that is still a very big challenge. And the other thing is the cost of diagnosing sickle cell is still quite expensive. If you move to any facility in Kampala here, the cheapest would probably range from 50,000 shillings to even 200,000 shillings.
Yes.
And somebody deep down in my village in Boroboro or Gweambara would find it quite hard to access this money. Even the hydroxyurea alone, a capsule could cost probably 800 shillings to 2,500 shillings. Now somebody deep down in Adwir, Aleptong district, which has the highest prevalence of sickle cell in the country, at close to about 23.8%, way much more higher than the national prevalence. So that is also still a very big challenge. Then the other challenge is lack of access to information about sickle cell.
Yes.
You will find out that one, probably it's only mainly in the urban areas where probably somebody has access to a television right now listening to us, or maybe somebody even doesn't have a radio to listen to some of this awareness campaign. And distortion of information. There are lots of information that comes up and so on and so forth. Then there is an issue of herbal medication and other therapeutics that people come in and administer to a number of sickle cell patients across the country. There are lots of homemade remedies which are actually good, but then there are those that are being bought and given to the sickle cell patients. You will recall when you were probably growing, do you know how to ride a bicycle? Now, some bicycles don't have the odometer or the speedometer. Sometimes you can even be riding at 90 kilometers per hour without knowing that probably, am I overspeeding or stuff like that. So the same applies to some of these herbal medication. You don't know if you are overdosing yourself or underdosing yourself, and in the long run, you are affecting your organs. The organs of the warriors are being affected, and that applies to all other herbal medication. If you don't know their prescription, you probably had that what has worked well for you might not work well for me. And in the long run, we're having lots of other underlying illnesses that have come up, and this is shortening the lifespan of our warriors. And yet we believe that if they took all the necessary precautions, some of them could live longer in their life. I've just said that we have somebody who is 62 years old, actually now 63. Lifestyle. What are you eating? Are you eating warm food? Are you avoiding stress? We have also noted with a very good concern, or a very big concern, and parents outside there watching this show, especially if you have a warrior or if your friend is a warrior, this Sickle Cell Awareness Month. We are soon coming to that period where kids will be sitting for their national exams, and during that time we have lost these warriors.
Yeah, whenever you're stressed, an attack comes in.
Yes, wherever you are stressed, the attack comes in. And also too much of anxiety also brings in that. So we are appealing to you parents that please, and teachers of the different schools and institutions that sit for UNEB and stuff like that, please, towards this period of exams, try as much as possible to make them relaxed. Encourage them that they can make it. Encourage them that they are just normal like any other person. And that will really help us to also reduce on the number that we normally lose during exams. That will really be quite good.
It will be a big achievement. Maybe one challenge that you've not pointed out is blood transfusion.
Yes.
Remember, most of the times I rush to you.
Yes.
You know, when you have a warrior and that time when you go to hospitals, the last time we met in Ruvaga, very stark, all you hear is there is no that particular blood group. But I want to thank Daniel and the Catherine Philo Sickle Cell Support Initiative, that when you have a warrior, you need blood. A time comes when it is blood to save. And I don't know, blood is free in Uganda. But parents of these children, you understand if the worst happens and you need blood transfusion, how hard it is. You know, Amore is saved by your organization. But how many Ugandans there are saved by such, or even get to you? Why do we have this blood challenge? Why can't they have it maybe some special for these warriors of ours?
Okay. Thank you so much. Issue of blood is quite complex, and I don't speak for the Uganda Blood Transfusion Services, but from the little that I know, because we have also held a number of blood donation drives across the country to help and ensure that we have enough blood, because our patients do go anemic and they need to be transfused. Others need to have blood exchange. And normally what happens, when kids are out of school or when students are out of school, there is always that challenge of blood. Because they happen to be the biggest donor of blood in this country. Students.
Shame upon Ugandans.
So once,
I'm not excluding myself, at least from you have donated blood.
How many times have you so far donated
12.
blood? 12. I've done 27.
Every time I come to the end of year, I had a colleague who was called Felix Nkunda, wherever you are, God bless you. He told me, how can we give back to Ugandans? So every time you are coming at the end of the year, we drive to the blood bank, Nakasero, and donate, giving back to the people that watch us every day without ceasing or tiring.
So when these students are out of school, it becomes quite a challenge to run around and collect blood and take it to for probably further screening and so on. Then remember, every day there is probably an accident happening somewhere. There is a mother probably who has been trying to give birth and probably has undergone C-section and needs to be transfused and so on. So the demand for blood is too high, yet the zeal for Ugandans to go and voluntarily donate blood is also a challenge.
Many times I see the blood bank people parking somewhere.
And the beds are empty. They are appealing to you to go and donate blood.
No one is coming.
Nobody goes. Yet you can need blood any moment.
Yes.
Anything can happen to you. It might not be you. Your relative, your friend, your friend's friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your child, your sister, your mother, your everything might need blood. So I call upon Ugandans outside there, please, once there is any blood donation drive, move outside there, donate blood. You never know when you need it. And anytime you need blood, the Uganda Blood Transfusion Services does that. And blood is always available at the blood bank in Nakasero and all other regional blood banks. Blood is always available, with the exception of some rare blood types that sometimes it is a challenge. But we have a group, we have formed up our subgroup of some of these rare blood types that once there is need, we reach out to them, they come, donate, and probably it is screened and administered to the person that needs this.
And I want to commend them so much. You people, you're doing a great job. You've helped some of us remain parents. You've helped mothers still have their children. You've helped the warriors still make it. May the good Lord bless you. You know, it's very amazing how when you contact Daniel, how very swift you can get blood, where someone can come and donate, a person who knows nothing about you. And these ladies, I want to commend, I've seen so many of them, the ladies, and he's like, hello, you're so-and-so, where are you?
Yes.
If you can pick me, get the blood. It is something, you don't know that joy that comes. And only the Lord can reward you. But let's all continue donating blood. Now, we are in this month.
Yes.
What activities have you lined up as we create awareness towards sickle cell?
Well, the first activity is here, and we are letting people know more about sickle cell. And the other thing is that we have also lined up a number of testing services across the country, some in Kampala, some in Wachiso, some in Kole, and Apache, then in Lira. Awareness, blood testing, so that you know your sickle cell status before you get married. Then the other thing, as we climax this sickle cell awareness month, we also have our brand that helps us to push sickle cell related messages and raise funds. We have the Uhuru Sickle Cell Run, the second edition that is happening in the vibrant city of Lira on the 4th of October, where all the proceeds will be geared towards the purchase of the Gazelle HB electrophoresis machine. This device or this machine helps in testing for sickle cell, a confirmatory test. When I talk of a confirmatory test, those who are conversant with HIV test, if you have probably done some test on this other strip and it has reacted, then you need to do a confirmatory. So that machine helps us, and it is not in that region. And given the fact that that particular belt has the highest prevalence of sickle cell, we have been running to buy this machine. Last year, we had the first run, which helped us to buy one machine for Lira Regional Referral Hospital. Then the other one we gave to a Leptong Health Center 4. So this year we are running to buy one for Apache General Hospital. Then the other one will go to Amolatar Health Center 4. And we have a number of partners who have come up on board to support this initiative. Thank you so much. We have Bank of Uganda is on board, KCB, Stanbic Bank, Agro Supply, Nation Media Group, Mandela Millers. There are quite many. Voice of Lango, Amazon Pub, Vintage. There are lots of people, Unity FM. So lots of people are coming up on board. LEMO is on board, that is London Equity Movement in Uganda, on the nutritional side of it, whereby they will be coming in to give us probably the possible natural foods that our warriors can get to eat to enhance on their nutrition. Uhuru Institute for Social Development. So there are quite a number of partners that are coming up to build synergies to make that day quite colorful. And we are still appealing to you outside there that if you still want to support this remarkable event, feel free to reach out to us. We also have C-Care is on board, and the Ministry of Health is also on board, the Central Public Health Laboratory. It is not just going to be a run on that day. We shall be having a medical camp, quite a big one, test and treat. We diagnose that you have malaria, you walk home with Coartem. You have syphilis, you have antibiotics. You have this and this, all the NCDs, the non-communicable diseases. Blood sugar will be, quite a number of tests will be done on that day. So it's not just a run, it's also an opportunity for you to come and network because of all these partners that are on board. Yes.
How does one be part of it apart from the partners? This is going to be far from Kampala.
Yes.
And how are you expecting to raise this money? Because you talked about money that is going to buy the machine.
Yes.
But how? How are you going to get the money?
Fine. We are selling kits, or what people call vest kits, and each is going at 25,000 shillings. I have not carried one here, but looks quite good and well blended, that you can purchase this at 25,000 shillings, and this will help us to raise some funds. And of course, there are also good people of goodwill, some philanthropists that are coming in, and some says that, okay, if each machine is 15 million shillings, probably I'll give you 5, I'll give you 10, or I'm going to buy one machine. It would really look so unique that probably we exceed that and come up with probably 3 or even 4 machines. There are other regions that needs this machine. It is very cumbersome for a test, for example, to come from as far as Bundiwujo, to come to the Central Public Health Laboratory. Then probably there are also backlogs there, and these results take long. But if we have this point of care machine in one particular place, there is no need to run this thing up to Kampala. It is confirmed there. This is a carrier or this is a warrior, and the person is initiated right away on care and management of sickle cell disease.
And I love the fact that life expectancy, where there is care and management, these warriors live longer, but also information on how the parents take care of these warriors, more so when it's cold weather.
Yes.
I've seen this when it's cold weather, and more so when they are still below the age of 5.
Yes.
It's a struggle the parent you have to go through. Of course, later they can manage their attacks and know what really exposes them, apart from the stress and excitement or anxiety. That is where when they get excited, still problems.
Yes.
When they are so stressed, still problems. But the good thing is information is out there. Now, you've mentioned about this run. Please, let's participate. For people who are not going to be in Lira, are there ways where they can buy the kit, maybe run and record? Or
run from Kampala here,
want to create that excitement.
Jog from UBC here. Yes, by Thursday this week, we shall have some kits at Total Wampeo, where you can go in and access or buy a kit for yourself. You can jog from your home, take us some videos, post it on your socials to raise awareness on that day. And that is what we basically want. So by Thursday this week, move out to Total Wampeo. We shall have placed some kits there for you to purchase. But also, even if probably you're not coming for the run, you can feel free to reach out to us on a possible cell phone number that I'm going to provide. Yes, and you can make in your modest contribution. Probably you have been affected by sickle cell and you want to say that information should reach out to other people, just like probably you got to know. And probably you want more couples to get to know their sickle cell status before they get married. You can reach us on 0392 15 00 47, 0392 15 00 47, and you can get us on WhatsApp as well if you have some other issues and probably you want some other advice. 0772 897 869, 0772 897 869.
This is a noble cause, fellow Ugandans, fellow countrymen, because together we can make the lives of warriors better. Together we can change statistics. A career, there is nothing, I want to guarantee you, that you can look at a career and know. And I remember one time I was discussing these fellowships.
Yes.
I was telling someone that a career is as normal as the person before you.
They're very normal.
On set.
Even a warrior is also normal.
No, a warrior. A warrior, no.
Yes.
Some warriors, you can look at them.
Yes, true.
And know that, yes, this one is suffering from sickle cell.
Now, there is also probably some bit of a misconception. Some warriors have stunted growth.
Yes.
Some of them have jaundice. Jaundice is the yellowing of the eyes. Some of them are quite thin. And sometimes it is quite hard to
even
tell.
Yellowish.
Yes, because of being anemic. And it is not also true that whosoever is thin is a sickle cell warrior. It is not also true that whosoever is thin is probably HIV positive. And these are normal people. By the way, the other thing about the sickle cell warriors, these are very bright people.
Yes.
They're extremely bright. I think their IQ is quite different. they also have so much of emotional intelligence. So what I'm appealing to you outside there, if you have any warrior seated next to you even right now, or probably you have a sister, a friend, a brother, a son, a daughter, hug them. This is the awareness month. Love them. Show them love. They are just another normal person. They can do anything that you probably do. And if we love them, they'll also live longer, just like you do.
Now, Daniel, this brings me to something that really many parents suffer with.
Yes.
Is how far have we gone as a country as regards bone marrow transfusion? Because it's very expensive.
Yes.
Some families have gone through it, and of course the Lord has been graceful. Some we've gotten positive results.
Yes.
At least I now have a niece senior for bone marrow transfusion, but in India.
India, yes.
Very expensive. There are some we want to take very expensive. As a country, how are we standing in this breakthrough?
Well, still, I don't speak for the Ministry of Health.
But you see, you've been in this for some good time.
As a country, I think about 2023, at JCRC, the Joint Clinical Research Center, a bone marrow transplant center is in the offing. And right now, they are still in some stages. There are activities which are ongoing there, but it has not yet fully commenced. So we are not yet doing bone marrow transplant in Uganda. But there are some related services to bone marrow which takes place there, like matching and so on. It takes place there. There is still more research ongoing, but as a country, that is not happening here. But also on the other side, bone marrow transplant has become something which is quite sensitive in the country. And I would want to say that it takes the courage of the parent.
Yeah.
Takes the courage of the parent. People talk of bone marrow. People are running this and this and this. And somebody probably comes to you and convinces you about bone marrow transplant. You take your child. Chances of survival?
Very minimal.
Not only minimal, but minute. Quite minute. The aftercare, the post-operative care is very critical, extremely key. There are those who have gone for a half match. There are those who have gone for complete match, or like donors. Okay, you get another donor to donate bone marrow and stuff. There is lots of science there which is involved. And
I think in my family, if we've taken about 5 or something, one has made it. There is one who seemed to have recovered, even a party was held.
Yes.
But I don't know where an infection came from. And we were told infections take them.
A lot.
A lot. Infections
What I would,
them.
from my own perspective, as Daniel, not as somebody, if that child is still in position to sail through, as me, I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody, not even on behalf of Catherine Phil, but as Daniel, journey through with this child. But if you have the zeal, the courage, you can go for that. But that is quite expensive.
Very.
This month, we've lost another child from India. The child was studying in some school in Kawempe. We lost this child in India, bone marrow transplant. How I would wish that the country has some sort of like a sickle cell committee, a sickle cell council, or something like a commission, that before you set off to go to India, this committee sits down and vets. And this is the same committee that probably has gone to India or to Seattle or to where, to on a fact-finding mission on these health facilities that conduct bone marrow transplant. Because we have lots of these hospitals that are coming in the country to come and talk to our warriors, to come and convince you to go to their medical facilities. Probably it it is not what they come and preach to you here. But once you reach there, things change.
Because
somebody will tell you that a treatment is about $10,000 or probably $20,000. But once you reach there, things change.
And it's a prolonged treatment.
It's a prolonged treatment.
2 years, 3 years,
yes,
follow up,
if you
go back to India,
reviews and so on.
And the worst is when an infection comes in.
That's it. So we need this committee in place, and whosoever is watching this and is probably responsible, it's a high time that we have a committee of medical professionals that will sit and review this. Which hospital are you going to? So that probably even when there is a challenge outside there, it is easy for the ministry, it is easy for the CSOs to track you and know that, okay, this person went to this particular place, or probably by bad luck or things didn't go on well, this has happened, can we follow up? And you know, those procedures. But it is quite hard right now.
We have many people saying, well, oh no, just take the child for bone marrow. And what hurts is this warrior is doing well.
Yes.
But because you promise that once the bone marrow transfusion is conducted, you live a normal life. You have seen many you succeed. But the problem is, what are the chances that it's going to be successful?
Not only chances, nobody prepares you as a caregiver or the mother or the father psychologically. There are moments when parents have gone through hard time in that process. Mental health is also quite key in combating sickle cell. Even you as a caregiver, even when your child is alive, the challenges you go through, you can hardly save money.
Yes.
Almost every week you're running to the hospital. Every month you're running to the hospital. You can't save money. Now what about bone marrow transplant? To me as Daniel, I would suggest if you have a child and the child is doing well, please don't. Please don't journey through. But if your heart tells you so, proceed. That is my own perspective.
And after the 5 that I've told you, 5 and 1 makes it, I highly concur with you. But of course, sickle cell disease is something that is hard to handle on the side of parents and family. You need to have groups. That's why I want to encourage a parent. If you're out there, look for the likes of Daniel. Look for people who are parents with these children. They'll counsel you, because apart from the warrior themselves, even you, the guardian, it's heavy. It is hard. So you need you need a shoulder to lean on.
Oh yeah.
And of course, men out there have spoken to many single mothers, and the man, because of the challenges associated with treatment, you took off.
That is one other thing. Male involvement, men have disappeared.
But it took two to tango.
Fantastic.
If you're a carrier and you got a carrier, because this woman alone could not give birth to this warrior.
Alone. True.
So don't run away from your responsibility. I know, like he said, it's hard to save money. Anytime you receive a phone call, we are in Lubaga, we are here, we've rushed, first drop us here. It's challenging and it takes money. But of course, when you see this child sail through, graduate, get a job, the joy you get of knowing that you stood with this warrior. Well, I can take a whole day talking about sickle cell disease, and so when I'm with Daniel here, there is usually so much, but we've come to the end of this, so let me just have your parting shot.
Well, my parting shot would be a very special appeal to the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Health. In April this year, we wrote a letter from Catherine Field to the Committee on Health at Parliament, asking them to have a dedicated budget towards combating sickle cell disease. And I made some follow-up. I think about 1 billion shillings was earmarked for that. We are yet to make some follow-up. And this should go to helping the country buy hydroxyurea and other sickle cell related commodities across the country. If quarter one has been released already, that means close to about 250 million has been released, and we are yet to make a follow-up, and so that we make sure that this hydroxyurea is spread across the country. Hydroxyurea is a life-changing medication because it helps to, if you're taking hydroxyurea, these episodes of pain, the crises, the infections tend to lower down. The occurrences are very minute. Even blood transfusion is very minute if somebody is taking hydroxyurea. I know it is still a process, but just like how ARVs came into the country, we are hopeful as CSOs that proper funding towards sickle cell will be enhanced. And you who is watching me, and you're probably not yet married, you're in a relationship, please get to know your sickle cell status. Don't come on the last day. Your wedding or introduction is on Saturday, and you're coming on Thursday to take a sickling test. That is not right. Do it now. And if you have a sickle cell warrior, hug them for me. We love them so much. These are very normal people. And don't forget to purchase your Uhuru sickle cell run vest from Total, Wampeo, from Voice of Lango in Lira, Unity FM, Amazon Pub, Vintage, Gracious Palace, Gym, and all those other places which we have designated. Thank you to all our partners, and together we can build bigger and better synergies towards combating sickle cell disease in Uganda. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Daniel, and of course our viewer. I believe this was very informative. We can reduce statistics. My target is let's reduce statistics. Do that test. Don't regret. Being a parent of a warrior is not an easy thing. Let's prevent having warriors. And of course, like Daniel said, let's provide these drugs. If we can provide ARVs, if we can provide condoms, and all these, why not provide these drugs? They're expensive, they're a challenge, and yet they change lives. When these warriors are on these drugs, they can perform better. I can't explain why they are very bright in class, but then they can perform even much more. Well, see you in the next hour. Ruben must be ready to take us through sports updates. Good morning, and keep it with us.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Well, it's a great feeling. It's